Hi everyone, Mary Pat here, and today I've got a really fun card using the brand new Simon Says Stamp Thanksgiving Table set. I got this for a sneak peek from their Facebook, and they picked me. I was really excited to use this stamp for Stamptember. So I'm really excited to give you a peek at this awesome set. So I'm starting with my coordinations, and I've got my 110-pound smooth cardstock, and so I've kind of pre-cut them. So I've got a typical A2 base, and so what I'm going to do is I want to create my own background, and I'm going to use this awesome kind of like wheat stalk that they have, and I'm going to create my own background using 3 different colors of these Stampin' Up! Ink sets that I have. It's pumpkin pie and an olive green and a light brown. And so I'm just inking this wheat leaf, and I'm just randomly placing the colors on here. And so I started with the green, and then I'm going in with the very light brown, and I'm just placing them all over. And so like right now, that's another of the light browns. And now I'm going in with this pumpkin pie, and you can see that I'm not putting this in any specific order that I have or anything, and just kind of putting them in there. And just trying to get a nice variety on there. And so now I've gone in and just kind of stamped one more of each color with all of that, and putting those on there just to get a nice variety and everything on there. And that looks really good, and I like how that's looking, so I'm going to set that aside. And now I want to color. So I've stamped in Memento ink this wonderful turkey on a plate, and I'm going to color it with my Spectrum Noir markers. And I'm going to start with the TN group, and I'm going to go with the TN 4, 5, and 6 with that to make this golden brown turkey. So I'm going to go in with my lightest color, the 4, and I'm just coloring in everything with that color on the turkey. And so just going in and just establishing a base on there. And next I'm going to go in with my darkest color.
Yeah, hon.
And that is the TN6. And I'm going to just kind of outline the natural lines of the turkey, and just kind of go around and give that a nice outline for some shading to go on. And that's looking pretty good, going around all of the natural lines of the stamp. And next I'm going to go in with my middle tone, my TN 5, and I am just kind of pulling my colors. My boys came in, pulling that color out, and now I'm going in with my lightest shade with my TN 4, and I like that, but I just want to give it a little bit more pop, like on the drumstick area and right on the top. So I'm going to go in with my TN 7 and just kind of go around the top part and then around the thigh or the leg part, and just give it a little bit more definition with that. So I'm liking how that looks, and again, it's a little harsh right now, but I'm just going to blend it out and with no problems there, and go back in with my mid-tone and just kind of go up right against it, and then pull some of that color out. And I really like how that's looking right now. So next I need to do the serving plate that's on there, and I like this GB 11 and 10 tones because you can see off to the side I'm going to be using, again, that kind of like olive green. And so I'm putting down the GB 11 right now and just kind of going across and coloring all of that in. And then I'm going to go in with my GB 10, and I'm going to just kind of create more of an olive tone of color and go to the edges of it on the sides. And now I'm just kind of like flicking color out from the end into the middle, and just kind of flicking a little bit of color through there. And now, just to blend those colors together, I'm taking my GB 11 and just kind of blending those colors out, giving just a little bit of shading. Now, I want to cut this out in a square, and so I cut a square out so that I can kind of like get it placed correctly. And so I am going to put that square down, and then I'm going to outline and go ahead and so I know where to cut. The previous darker line was from a print and cut that I had that I made, and so that was just there. So that was nice that it was already on there. And so now I'm just cutting that out, and so now I cut that out by 2.5 by 2.5 inch square. So now I'm using my Perfect Layers, and I've glued that down to that wonderful kind of dark pumpkin color, and I'm using the 3/16 edge, and I'm cutting that out with my X-Acto knife so that I can get a perfect mat on there. And once I have that done, I am going to take that and use my sand gadget, and I'm just going to kind of go around the edges and just kind of sand that and give it a distressed look, and I always like to do that with my core because it's so fun to sand that and give it a great distressed look. And so next I'm going to be taking that beautiful olive green and Coordinations cardstock, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to adhere it, and then I am going to be using my Perfect Layers and the 3/16 of an inch and my X-Acto knife, and cut that out. So here's what it looks like, and so again I want to do the same process, and I'm using my my sanding gadget. I'm going to go around and distress it just a little bit. And there it is. And so now I decided that I really don't like the harsh white on there, and so I've decided to ink it up a little bit more and go with some Distress ink from Tim Holtz, and go with that antique linen. And I am just lightly pouncing the ink on there and just kind of going around my image and just taking that, you know, toning it down a little bit from that stark white and putting it just so that it has a really nice warm kind of glow to it. And so, you know, right, you may not, because of the lighting, be able to see how it's taken the tone down, but it really has, and it looks great. So now I'm going back to my base now, and now since I have all my coloring and everything done, it's time to set up the card. So I'm going through and I'm sanding my base, and again using that sanded gadget, and then cleaning it up with the Dust Buddy and getting it all set up. And next I'm going to do the same thing to my background, and I'm taking that antique linen and I'm just putting it on, making sure that I have that little bit of craft paper down, and I'm just, as you can see, just kind of pouncing the color, and I'm going right on top of it, and then I'm inking up the edges on this, and just kind of going through. Sorry, I kind of moved off camera. And so there it looks pretty good, so it doesn't have that harsh white on there. And I'm going to take this, my square image, and I'm going to put that on the very center, and then I'm going to stamp Happy Thanksgiving underneath. And I'm just kind of lining that up, seeing how it will look. And I'm going to be stamping using my Hero Arts ink. And then I'm just kind of centering it and putting it below there with Happy Thanksgiving. I like that. So it turned out great with the matting and everything to the perfect length. And so now using foam dots, I am attaching my turkey. And again, just trying to get that perfectly lined up. And I hate when I do everything and then I find out that it's crooked. So, and again, it's just not quite right. So just trying to get it perfect on there. And just to give it dimension, I use the foam dots. And so that's looking good. And now I want to use foam tape and give it a little bit more dimension. And so I put that on the back. And I am adhering that to the base. And so the colors are all there, and that's looking good. And then I'm going to just directly adhere that to an A2 card. And just kind of have to trim it up a little bit. And then there's the card with that. So that's a perfect Thanksgiving fall card using the incredibly awesome Simon Says Stamp Thanksgiving Table stamp set. So I want to give a big shout out to Simon Says Stamp for letting me create with this wonderful stamp set. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my card. I'll see you again soon. Bye.